These pretzels are making me thirsty. And when that happens, well, we got to figure out what beer goes best with what pretzel.
Belgian wit beer, one of the original flavored beers. Did they know what they were doing back then? Maybe better than we do?
We'll find out. All that plus our international tour takes us to Southeast Asia for some beers from Tasker's Beer Barn in Birdsboro, Exeter Township. Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow, new episode of What's Brewing. So we've had the pleasure of visiting some great Montgomery County breweries this season. Love the beer, love the food, love the atmosphere. Tessa Robinson, tell us about what's new with Montco Makers.
Yeah, so we recently had a passport refresh last year. We have new prizes coming your way that you can win when you visited all of the breweries. And we also are adding new breweries every day, every month. So keep an eye out for new locations to visit.
I love it. How do people find the passport?
Go to montcomakers.com. It's very easy. You input some information. It's a free download. Add it to your home screen, and then you can view it whenever you need.
Fun times. Montco Makers Passport. I use it. You should too. Hey, welcome to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow, joined by my pal Lew Bryson, host of Seen Through a Glass podcast. All about good potables. We're Tasker's Beer Barn, one of our favorite places. Get here every year. Always have a great time. Amazing selection. By the way, you know the show brought to you by Montgomery County and Valley Forge Tourism. Sign up at the Montco Makers Passport, a free mobile pass that takes you to the best breweries, distilleries, craft beer, beverage producers in Valley Forge and Montgomery County. Check in on the app, win prizes. Okay, so we always like to do a swap, and today we decided to do wit beers. Kind of your call on this, and I guess, you know, which means you get to give me the first one, and it is one of the classics.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Hoegaarden.
kind of like the first one over again, because the style literally died.
Yes, and I'm saying the name wrong when I say Hoegaarden, which is what I always say.
Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden.
Okay.
Hey, it's their language. I'll let them speak it.
So these are spicy barley wheat, obviously cloudy.
That's it. The cloudy is coming from the wheat. It's an unmalted wheat. It's kind of like raw wheat, and it's got proteins in it, and that's what you're seeing.
Okay. And
what you're smelling, coriander and bitter orange peel. The Curacao oranges, the same thing you get Curacao liqueur. They're from the Caribbean, and the peels are what they use.
Okay. So this is nice beer, easy drinking beer, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the ABV on that puppy?
5.5.
Okay, so pretty low.
4.9.
A little different than what I got, which is our friends at Victory make Witty Monkey Citrus Wheat Ale, okay? Of course, we know there are other Golden Monkey, which is one of the favorites. By the way, 19.2 ounces, 9.5%. Lew,
boom.
You drink this thing, you better be sitting in a chair at home, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very different in color. Show if you would the difference there. Here's what they say about this. Tet Nang hops, which is a Sot. Oh, really? Which is a Sots hop. Herbal, floral, citrusy, loaded with sweet orange notes.
That's an intense nose. I'm not sure I'm really catching the ancestry here.
I was thinking that it's okay, but I don't. These are
it's so big.
They're very different beers.
Yeah, that's a big monkey.
All right, so some of the other ones we got here at Tasker's Beer Barn, because they got a great selection. UFO White.
My good friends at Harpoon.
Okay, this is Big Oyster Brewery.
Oh, yeah,
Their
Delaware.
Solar Power White.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, you know all these beers,
Oh,
huh?
Bavik
Super Vit from Belgium.
Another Belgian.
And this is the Avery Brewing. We've had stuff from them before. White Rascal Brewing.
Oh, don't forget your bottle there.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I guess kind of
that's the
American favorite, the Allagash White.
Yeah, great
there you
beer.
Go. I may even have one more. The New Trail.
New Trail.
White. Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Good selection. Good. Can it ever become a top 5 favorite?
You know, it verged on it for a while, but it kind of dropped. I think top 10. It may actually be making a bit of a comeback.
All right. Want to get this in here because we've been having fun this year doing our local Beer Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And so we each get one inductee this week. You go first.
Okay. I've been kind of eager to do this one. Scotes, as he's known, Michael
Yeah.
Scotes. Everyone knows him as Scotes, and the Grey Lodge Pub.
Oh, what a
Sadly
place.
closed. I missed the place terribly. I lived half an hour away from that place and considered it my local.
Why was it special? Why was he special?
I mean, Scotes called it the corner bar in the middle of the block, and it just had that thing to it. The thing I loved about it was that he had Coors Light on almost until he closed, because he still had the regulars from around there, the locals. He said, if they want to come into my bar and drink that, I'm going to leave it on for them. But it was a craft beer bar from the start.
Yeah. All right, mine is Joe Sixpack. And we waited till the third week of doing this so we weren't accused of favoritism, but nobody over the last 30 years did more to promote good beer in this area than Joe Sixpack, a.k.a. Don Russell, our old TV pal. He wrote a beer column in the Daily News.
Yeah,
he was
from
founder
the
of Philly.
mid-90s?
Yeah, but nobody was writing about beer.
No.
He was the founder of Philly Beer Week. He started this show with me, which was originally a podcast. We're now in our 10th season, for God's sakes. He did more to help Philadelphia gain its reputation as this top beer city than anybody. So, with this witty monkey, I salute you, Joe Sixpack. When we come back, we are going to eat pretzels and drink beer, which people do. What are the best pretzels to drink with beer? We'll find out. From Tasker's Beer Barn, Joe, you're not Joe Sixpack. There you go. Wow.
Such
muscle memory. Yes. Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow, what's brewing? Hey Andrew, as we're here reminiscing about 10 years of Conshohocken Brewing Company, which of our 4 great spaces is your favorite?
How about right here in KOP, our main production brewery with event space for any occasion?
Great start, but how about our Conchi tap room right along the Schuylkill River Trail?
A true original, our classic go-to, and super chill vibes over there on East Elm.
Well, now we're talking. Now, Pudlow's Kitchen and Tap in Bridgeport, a favorite of mine, including our great sports fundraising events.
And no matter the occasion, Puddler's Kitchen and Tap has the perfect space. Great beer, good food, and spirits.
Let's finish strong. Rec Room, my favorite spot for games and live music.
Yeah, directly across from the Colonial Theater in the heart of Phoenixville. Rec Room is always lively. Great event spaces too.
With fresh beer, delicious food, full bars, and a variety of unique spaces to host any size gathering or event, Conshohocken Brewing Company has something for everyone. Welcome back to What's Brewing. We're at Tasker's Beer Barn, 6520 Perkiomen Avenue in Birdsboro, Exeter Township. This is Lew Bryson. I'm Glen Macnow. So here's the deal. We drink beer with pretzels.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania produces 80% of the pretzels eaten in the United States every year.
I'm not surprised at all.
I guess I mean, that number's pretty high, but okay. So we decided we're going to do a little taste test and see what we think, if there's a best pretzel to pair with beer.
Yep.
You chose the beer.
Just standard beer, man.
All right. Sly Fox Hellas.
Sly Fox Hellas.
All right. And so we're going to try each of them, all Pennsylvania manufacturers. So first, here you go. This is the Hers Pub Style
Little shaver.
mini ones.
Yeah,
the
I'm not a
challenge
fan
with
of the
this-
little ones.
Oh, you're not?
No,
See,
no,
I'll
no,
tell
no.
you why I disagree with you.
Okay.
For these purposes, a little one doesn't, again, a little one a sip, a little one a sip. It's not a huge commitment. And it, by the way, it's a good chip. Come on, it's a fine chip.
There's a good crisp. I'll give you that, but I don't know
I'm
about
a fan.
flavor.
No,
All right.
all right, I'm disagreeing with you already.
Okay.
All right, this is the Unique Snacks original
Just up the road from Reading.
splits. Right,
Yeah.
all right. So what do you think of these
This
unique
has a really nice
split?
crunch to it.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Now, this one you've never had, and I get these. I like these.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Uncle Jerry's
Lancaster.
handmade Pennsylvania Dutch pretzels. This is the low salt dark. Go ahead, what do you think?
I like the extra dark.
All right, so here's my problem. I love the pretzel. I bought this pretzel. It's too big and too dry for the beer. That's, again, you're not going to disagree. I am leaning toward the small pretzel, sip of beer, small pretzel, sip of beer.
See what I'm doing?
This is, yeah, you're messing up the whole thing.
No. Here's the thing. We went to a pretzel baker over in Hanover,
Yeah.
Ravona Pretzels,
Uh-huh.
and the guy said he sells more bags of broken pretzels than whole ones. He says, because that's how the pros eat them. I'm like, what?
Oh, okay.
No, because of that, they're small now.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, I think it's a great pretzel.
Oh,
The standard pairing of a mug of beer and a pretzel symbolizes the German idea, and I'm not going to say this right, Gemütlichkeit.
Gemütlichkeit.
There, you making that up, or you know
Yep.
Oh, which is a state of good cheer. All right, what's number 4?
This is from Akron, Pennsylvania, which is in Lancaster County. It's a little town.
You got a theme there, yeah.
Yeah.
What are these called?
These are Martins. This is like another handmade pretzel. This is an old style.
Very crispy.
Yeah.
Very dry. Maybe,
It's a pretzel.
No, I know. Maybe a little too dry. I'm telling you something. You know, first pretzel factory in the United States was?
Julius Sturgis in Lidditz.
There you go.
Yep.
Now, you know your Pennsylvania out
you
there
know,
nonsense
this
history.
is a Pennsylvania Dutch buffet right here, baby. All right,
The beer is working well.
let's get weird.
Okay. What is this?
Dots Parmesan garlic twists. Oh yeah, they are.
A lot of Parmesan.
Yeah,
Good.
and not overwhelming on the garlic.
No, but it definitely makes you want to drink more beer. And this is the history. In the 19th century, saloons typically didn't serve food, or women, for that matter.
Right.
And Germans dominated the beer business. And of course, when crafty saloon keepers figured out that they could sell more beer if they served salty treats, I mean, it's like they're selling you popcorn at the movies.
Yep.
They started giving you pretzels, and so they would give you a free lunch of pretzels, pickles, and cheese. Yum.
Check this out.
All right.
This is Snyder's of Hanover honey, mustard, and onion pieces. They come pre-broken, and they are soaked in flavor.
I don't know how I feel about this.
See, some of the pieces have too much flavor on. That's my problem with it.
It's hard to have too much flavor. It is actually, it's really delicious. But if I'm just talking pretzels and beer, which is what we're doing,
Really?
I got to tell you, I think I'm sticking with the classic of the Hers because, first of all, it's a fine pretzel. It's your basic standard fine pub style pretzel, and this I like the small with the beer.
Just don't like a thin pretzel. I'm actually leaning towards this one because of that crisp.
All right, so
It's really crunchy.
I would say for me, one. I think I might go this one number 2 at the end.
That's
this
pretty
one
good.
is pretty good, and I'll take your Uniques as a number 3. Standalone pretzel, I'm going this one, and I apologize to Martin's because it didn't work for me. All right, what about you? What's your 1, 2, 3?
Splits. I'll go with the 2 on that. I'm just addicted to the damn things. I like these.
Okay, well
Like
there
a
you
pretzel
go.
that bites back.
Here's the bottom line. You can't go wrong.
No, they're all
Pretzels
good.
and beer, perfect. It's been forever, and we think so. When we come back, our international tour of beers goes to a part of the world not necessarily known for beers, Southeast Asia. We're going to tell you the best one. Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow from Tasker's Beer Barn in Birdsboro. What's brewing?
This island is our home. Here, the rhythm of life is set to the ebb and flow of the tides. From sunrise serve sessions to sunset clam bakes, every moment is a shared experience among locals and visitors. A place where time slows down and problems are left behind as we cross over the causeway. Whether LBI is a summer colony to you, your home, or maybe you've never had the chance to visit, this is our way of capturing the essence of our island home for you to experience. We invite you to crack open a can and raise a glass as we celebrate the spirit of Long Beach Island with LBI Lager. Island inspired, brewed for the beach, enjoyed everywhere.
I'm Glen Macnow here with Andrew Colligan of Conshohocken Brewing Company. We are at Tasker's Beer Barn, Perkiomen Avenue in Birdsboro, Exeter County. Big stuff going on leading into Super Bowl week.
Absolutely. We're going to be sampling some of our fine Conshohocken Brewing Company beers Friday, February 7th from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab some local Conshohocken beers for the big game.
All right, why don't you pour me one? Now I see 3, 6, 9 different varieties that they have here.
Tons of great options.
Anyone you want to recommend specifically?
Well, if you're going to bring some to the party, to the big game, might I recommend Ring the Bell 12 packs.
Can't go wrong with that. Welcome back to What's Brewing with Lew Bryson. I'm Glen Macnow. We are at Tasker's Beer Barn in Birdsboro, Perkiomen Avenue. By the way, Valley Forge Tourism, it's winter, in case you haven't noticed. Enjoy skiing, snowboarding, and skating at Spring Mountain Adventures. Every week, Lew, we've been looking at a different part of the world for beers.
Around the world.
Some a little more interesting than others. Southeast Asia may not qualify as the world's greatest producer of beer, but we're going there. And we are starting our journey today in Thailand with Singha, brewed with 100% barley malt, artisan water, and whoops, that's my coffee cup. You don't want that.
We don't want that.
3 European hops. It is known for full body, golden yellow color, and rich taste. And it has the Hindu deity Garuda on the label, which had to be approved by King Rama VIII in 1939. So how about that?
Wow.
Sold in 50 countries, sponsors a Premier League soccer team in England, Formula One racing, motocross. It's kind of an international beer. This is what you get from Thailand. That's a meh.
20, 30 years ago, you could hear a rumor that this stuff was made with formaldehyde. And I think it was because it had hops in it and people didn't know what the heck that tasted like.
Oh.
By
the way, hold on. I want to do this. Cheers in Thailand. Ready? Chongyao.
Chongyao.
There you go.
What does that mean?
It means,
I just ask
you know
you
what
to
it
marry
means?
me?
It literally means in Thai, clink glasses.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
what they do. Chongyao.
I like that.
All right. Okay, not that interesting.
Yeah.
All right, the others are, this is from Tiger. It's from where? Tiger is from Singapore.
Okay.
I have a friend who actually has a fiancée from Singapore.
Oh.
Owned by Heineken, of course, was considered a favorite of American and Aussie troops in Vietnam. Now, the great people at Taskers found us these beers, but had a difficult time finding a whole bunch. It's not like there's a lot coming from there.
There used to be a lot more beers imported from Southeast Asia. Some of them were being imported just because they were interesting because they were imports.
Yeah.
33,
San
OB,
Miguel.
San Miguel. There were some other ones. I think there was a Laotian beer coming in at one point. And all of them pretty much tasted like this.
Yeah.
We don't see it anymore because now we have craft beers, and that's interesting. I also think that some of these beers were being brought in and were selling because Vietnam War, American servicemen were over there. That's what they were drinking when they were young men.
Interesting that you say that, because when I was reading about this beer, what I read was it was considered a favorite of American and Aussie troops in Vietnam. So they came home and were able to find it, and now those guys are getting older.
I know I drink some beers because that's what I drank when I was...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. One more here. This is from India.
Okay.
And this is Kingfisher,
That's
which
a
is
big beer in India.
It's 40% of the market share over there,
Okay.
and again owned by Heineken, which apparently. I mean, does that play into it at all?
Consolidation is the thing. What, you think they were like not making them great so they're not competition for Heineken?
I don't know. Well, here's the one thing. I mean, they're all basically lagers.
Ooh, it's got a nice color.
Okay, but they're all. I mean, this is what we're getting is lagers, and maybe that's just because that's what we're getting. Friend of mine, my neighbor Raj from India, when I asked him about this, actually put his Indian friends focus group together on this.
I love that.
And then here's what they told me, and I thank you, Raj. Bangalore, which is part in India,
Yep.
bills itself as the craft beer capital of the world.
Wow.
There are microbreweries over there within like walking distance of downtown Bangalore.
Okay.
But I'm sure they don't export, right?
Right.
So this is what we get
Yeah.
from there, which doesn't mean this
No.
is all they're doing over there. And I love this part. They don't particularly like drinking IPAs in India because, of course, that was what the colonial Brits
colonialist,
brought
right,
over there.
right.
And like, screw them. We ran them out. Now we're going to drink our own. We're not going to drink the British
right.
stuff.
I love
Okay.
that.
What do we know about this? What do we think?
I'll tell you what, it's better than the last Kingfisher I had, which I suspect was probably sitting on the shelf for 4 years.
Oh.
This is quite a bit fresher.
No, this is fresh. They got this right here at Taskers. It was within the last week.
Yeah.
Cheers in India. Ready? Ram ram.
Rum rum.
Ram ram.
Red rum?
I don't know what it means, but that's what it is.
Okay.
So there you go.
I can save this. I can save us from this lack of flavor.
What do you got?
Indian whiskey.
Oh, God, you always have a whiskey for something, don't you? They make whiskey in India?
They make really good whiskey.
From what?
No, this is all malt. 100%
Okay.
malt.
They grow
it's a single malt. And the thing is, it ages in 3 to 5 years because it's so hot. But they've gotten some really good science going on how to age it quickly, and it doesn't, it doesn't taste burnt.
You brought me a
nasty
Danish beer in one of the recent episodes. It was really good.
Stauning is
Drank
really
that
good.
during the Eagles' win over which game was it? Over Green Bay. That was a lot of fun. All right, here you go. Rum.
Rum.
Ooh. A little stronger than I was anticipating.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Aged in bourbon, French wine,
not
and
bad.
sherry casks.
All right, so what we're learning, bottom line, we're doing different countries, different parts of the world every week, is what you may get over here is exported.
Yeah.
It's basically the simple stuff. Some better than others. And you said earlier, it's pretty hot over there.
It is pretty hot. This is probably great.
Yeah.
Get a cold one?
Right. It's all hot weather beer.
Yeah.
It's okay. Not impressed. All right, we come back. We're going to talk to Tom Tasker, owner of this joint, about some of the things going on in the craft beer business. Lew Bryson, Glen Macnow. Rum.
Rum.
Welcome back to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. This is Lew Bryson, host of Seen Through a Glass podcast. This is Tom Tasker. He runs this empire that is Tasker's Beer Barn. We're going to talk to Tom in a second, but first, it is our weekly contest, Lew. And this week it was you and beer and winter. And fortunately, we had a
Good
pretty
timing on that.
We had a snowstorm right after that show aired. So we have three great winners. First, this is Bob Brenkax, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Lew, the dog, the pit, the fire pit, and the beer.
That was a great picture. I love it. I love dog pictures. That's a good one.
He's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
John Webster. Now, this is great. John is enjoying a Stone Brewing double bastard in the rye. I've never had one of those. While his wife is outside running the snowblower.
Obviously, Amanda's got it all figured out.
Well, in the second one, fortunately, he invites her inside to enjoy a beer as well.
Yeah.
John, you're invited to our year-end party. Good for you. And Leanne Laporte, I love this one. This is Winter is Coming from Game of Thrones while at Omegang Brewing, which did a beer to that extent in Cooperstown. She got a whole different angle on it. Winter is coming. We said winter. You got it. All of them get to come to our season-ending beer bash at Conshohocken Brewing in Bridgeport this week's. We want a picture of you at a beer fest. Simple. And this is Lew at a beer fest with his lovely family. Is that right? Where's this?
That's actually at my local brew pub. They do a dark beer festival in February. It's coming up.
Nice. Good for you. Having a good time. That's what we need. You at a beer fest. Simple. All right. Tom Tasker. You're sitting here with beers in front of you. The question we wanted to ask you is, what is it that people are looking for these days?
Well, this time of year, it's stouts and porters.
Yeah.
Something a little bit heavier, something sippable, and just that's what people are walking the door saying, where's your porter section? Where's your stout section? This is Gunner's Daughter. It's a milk stout.
I like the name.
It's not real high ABV. It's 5.5%. But it's
Are
definitely
you a fan of the milk
dark.
stout?
I like a milk stout occasionally, yeah. I've been drinking them back, what was it, Mackeson's they used to have from
This
England?
is nice, actually. This is really nice. It's got some flavor to it.
And this is from Mast Landing. It's in Maine. Is that right?
Yes, they're from Maine.
Oh, baby. Wow.
I like that. That's really nice. It's got a lot of flavor to it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's got that graham cracker smell to it. I love it.
Yeah. And these
It's
other
flake
guys?
barley, chocolate, and rich. No, that was peanut butter coffee.
Yep. Got the peanut butter. What are these other ones?
Pub Stout, Forest, Maine. They're
Forest,
out of
Maine.
Ambler.
Oh, yeah. We've been to
Love those
Forest. I mean,
guys.
we've done shows there. Good place. While you're doing that, let me ask you some questions, because Lew found an interesting story about how the share of the market for draft beers is really going down, which I guess is good news for you.
Yes,
because
it is.
That's not what you sell. Lew, tell me about that story.
I think that, draft beer is down, and draft beer is down maybe 2%, maybe 3% at the most. But, you're talking about a huge market. 3% is a lot of beer. Why?
Yeah, why?
I think a lot of it's still COVID. We got to get out of the habit of going out to drink, and if you're not going to go out, you're going to go to Tasker's and get a case.
I think the beer that you can get in cans and bottles these days, cans is the thing, is better, much better than it used to be, as evidenced by this.
Yes, nobody complains about a can anymore. It seems like the real craft beer drinkers are so used to the 16-ounce can. That's what they are looking for.
Yeah.
And plus, I also think we're selling a lot more variety. People are coming in looking for different things every single week.
Yeah.
So there might be some reason why some of the draft's down. People want the variety.
I think people socializing at home is true. Let's pour that third one while we talk about this. Lew, is it something that beer drinkers should care about?
Yeah, I think so. I just think. Oh, here I go. Sorry. Draft is more untouched than other kinds of beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it generally doesn't get pasteurized. It goes in the keg. It stays cold. I just think that a well-kept draft beer is about as good as it gets.
Ooh, this has got what is this?
This is a Big Oyster Get Toasted.
S'mores.
It's a 6.5% porter. Marshmallows, graham crackers, chocolate.
Oh gosh, this is dessert in a can.
Yes.
You're not feeling
Not
this
so
one?
much on that.
Yeah, I like this one.
I gotta be. I'm weird. I'm not a big fan of s'mores. I know that makes me almost un-American.
It does.
But
weren't you in the Boy Scouts or going
I don't
camping
know,
or any of
man.
those good
I know,
things?
it just never.
Oh yeah.
I just as soon have.
Actually, you know what?
each
This
of
to
them.
me, end of a night out by the fire pit. The guy with the dog with the fire pit. This is what he should be drinking. I love this beer.
I'll
This
have
is
that
good
first
stuff.
one.
Very good stuff. Let's get tell people where you are, how to find you, your hours, all that good stuff.
We're right here at Exeter Township. We're out on 422. It's like half, right in between Pottstown and Reading. Where our hours are Monday and Tuesday, 9 to 8, and the rest of the week, 9 to 9. And Sundays, we're open from 11 to 6.
All right. So, as we tape this, we don't know if the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. It's kind of in between, right before that game against Washington.
Go Birds.
We're going to assume for the moment that they won, and you should come here for all of your Super Bowl needs, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And if they lost, you should come here for your Super Bowl needs because you're going to need a beer or two to get you through Washington and the Super Bowl. Tom, we always love coming here. It is amazing. It's like a supermarket of fun. Just to walk down the aisles here. Got it, need it, got it, got it. It's a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
We
coming.
look forward to coming back again. In fact, we look forward to it so much. We're going to stick around next week from Tasker's Beer Barn. Thank you, Lew Bryson. Everybody, we'll see you next week on What's Brewing.